الرحمن الرحيم فاستقم كما أمرت. وقال تعالى: إن الذين قالوا ربنا الله ثم استقاموا تتنزل عليهم الملائكة ألا تخافوا ولا تحزنوا وأبشروا بالجنة التي كنتم توعدون نحن أولياؤكم في الحياة الدنيا وفي الآخرة ولكم فيها ما تشتهي أنفسكم ولكم فيها ما تدعون نزلا من غفور رحيم. وقال تعالى: إن الذين قالوا ربنا الله ثم استقاموا فلا خوف عليهم ولا هم يحزنون أولئك أصحاب الجنة خالدين فيها جزاء بما كانوا يعملون. Allah the Exalted says, so stand, ask Allah to make you Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, firm and straight on the religion of Islamic monotheism as you are commanded. Verily, those who say, our Rabb is Allah alone, and then they stand firm, on them the angels will descend at the time of their death, saying, fear not, nor grieve, but receive the glad tidings of Jannah which you have been promised. We have been your friends in the life of this world, and you are so in the hereafter. Therein you shall have all that your inner selves desire, and therein you shall have all for which you ask. For an entertainment from Allah, the oft forgiving, most merciful. Verily, those who say, our Rabb is only Allah, and thereafter stand firm and straight on the Islamic faith of monotheism, on them shall be no fear, nor shall they grieve. Such shall be the dwellers of Jannah, abiding therein forever, a reward for what they used to do. وعن أبي عمرو وقيل أبي عمرة سفيان بن عبد الله رضي الله عنه قال: قلت يا رسول الله قل لي في الإسلام قولا لا أسأل عنه أحدا غيرك. قال: قل آمنت بالله ثم استقم. رواه مسلم. Sufyan bin Abdullah radiyallahu anhu reported, I said, O Messenger of Allah, tell me something of Islam which I will not ask anyone else about it. He sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, say, I believe in Allah, and then be steadfast. وعن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه قال: قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم: قاربوا وسددوا واعلموا أنه لن ينجو أحد منكم بعمله. قالوا: ولا أنت يا رسول الله؟ قال: ولا أنا إلا أن يتغمدني الله برحمة منه وفضل. رواه مسلم. Abu Hurairah radiyallahu anhu reported, Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, follow the right path of faith strictly and be steadfast, and keep in mind that none of you can achieve salvation through his good actions. Someone asked, not even you, O Messenger of Allah? He sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, not even me, unless Allah grants me his mercy and grace.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Nahmaduhu wa salli ala Rasulil Kareem. Amma ba'd. This is chapter 8, Babul Istiqama. This is chapter 8, the chapter of having steadfastness in the religion, and of Imam an-Nawawi's book of Riyadh us-Saliheen. We've covered hadith number 85 and 86. The first hadith is hadith of Sufyan bin Abdullah radiallahu anhu, in which he said that he asked the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, O Prophet of Allah, give me an advice. Tell me something so comprehensive about the religion that I don't have to ask anyone else after you. Tell me something that is comprehensive about the religion that I don't need to ask anyone else after you. Of course, he does not mean that tell me the whole religion in a few words. Say, give me something comprehensive that will cover as a principle the entire religion. I don't need to ask anyone else after you. So the Prophet ﷺ said, say, I believe in Allah, and then have istiqamah. And subhanAllah, this covers the entire religion. How? Because to say amantu billah, to say I believe in Allah, and to believe it, of course, it is not by the mere tongue. The Prophet ﷺ does not mean that you just say it with your tongue. It means you have to believe it in your heart and then profess it with your tongue. And then he said, so this is what? This is Tawheed. This is Tawheed. This is the oneness of Allah. This is Aqeedah. Our religion is founded upon Tawheed. And then he says, ثُمَّ اسْتَقِمْ, and then have istiqamah. Be steadfast upon that. This is doing good deeds. So how is this hadith comprehensive of the whole religion? Having the correct belief in Allah, and then doing istiqamah, meaning doing the deeds that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has ordered us to do. So it comprises the whole religion from that aspect. And so, what is istiqamah? The scholars, they mentioned and they interpreted istiqamah in so many different ways. Just a couple of them, some of them said, istiqamah means the straight path. And there is no right or left in it. That's why we say, اهدنا الصراط المستقيم, from the same letters as istiqamah. Istiqamah is the masdar. It is the source of the word. And so, اهدنا الصراط المستقيم, O Allah, guide us upon the path which is mustaqim. What's mustaqim? What is istiqamah? So this is where the scholars, they try to, and all of them basically are saying the same thing but in different ways. So some said this is the straight path in which there is no crookedness and going right or left. Others said that this is the path. Others said that this means that you believe in Allah and you wholeheartedly accept all of the orders of Allah, and you respect the orders and the prohibitions of Allah. You respect them. You have respect for it. What do I mean by having respect for it? Nowadays, people are saying all kinds of things about the religion. They're saying things, oh, you don't need to pray. You don't need to wear the hijab. You don't need to do that. And they're making haram what Allah has made halal. Such as what? Such as polygamy. They are making it haram. They say it's haram for you. What do you mean it's haram for you? What proof do you have? And they are making halal what Allah has prohibited. Such as what? Such as all this LGBTQ, XYZ stuff. How are they making it halal? By using all kinds of semantics and all kinds of verbiage, and wallahi, even subhanallah, some of them, there's a so-called gay imam in in France. There's an imam in Australia, he is performing nikah for gay people, making halal what Allah has made haram. How is that istiqamah? You can say and you can believe in your heart, Allah, I believe in Allah. Where is your istiqamah? So according to the scholars, you have respect for what Allah ordered you to do and what He has prohibited. You honor that. In the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ that every king has a boundary, a sanctuary. Don't even try to go near the sanctuary. Meaning every king, he has, off limits zone. Whether it's, whatever it is, there's off limits, no fly zone, you can't go here, you can't go there. They put barricades, they put these things. You can't even look there. If you look there too long, they're going to suspect you, call the police. There was a person, he was just taking a picture on a public road. He was taking a picture on the public road, and his camera happened to go near the military base. Immediately the police, they came and tried to question him. Why are you taking pictures? He said, am I not on a public road? Am I not allowed? Is there any prohibitions? You see, that is there. Don't even go there. He didn't even enter the base. He entered the base only with his eyes and his lenses. You see how much of a fuss and big deal they make out of it? The prohibitions of Allah, He says, don't even look at it. What do you mean? When it comes to zina, Allah, He says, وَلَا تَقْرَبُوا الزِّنَا. Don't even get near it. Meaning, if you're going on the road and there is, a haram brothel there's no halal brothel, there's only haram. If there is a brothel that's coming, there's a haram place. Don't even take that road. Because it's going to stick in the back of your head. And one time when you are weak, maybe you know exactly where to go. وَلَا تَقْرَبُوا الزِّنَا. You have istiqamah on that. And that's why when we are talking to non-mahram women, we tend to, what should we do? First of all, Allah, He says, to the wives of the Prophet, or about the wives of the Prophet. They are the most pure women. They are the most pure women after the four women. Maryam, Asiya, Fatima, and Khadija. Radiyallahu anhunna. The wives of the Prophet ﷺ are the most purest of women after them. And yet Allah, He says, وَإِذَا سَأَلْتُمُوهُنَّ فَاسْأَلُوهُنَّ مِنْ وَرَاءِ حِجَابٍ. Ask them from behind the hijab. ذَلِكُمْ أَطْهَرُ لِقُلُوبِكُمْ وَقُلُوبِهِنَّ. That is pure for you and for them, for their hearts. Why? It shuts the door to haram completely. Alcohol. Don't even walk in the aisle in which there's alcohol. In fact, there's a hadith of the Prophet ﷺ prohibiting us from eating or dining at a place in which they serve alcohol, on a dining table in which they serve alcohol. And this is a hadith that many people don't take very seriously. Probably they don't know about it. We go to some restaurants and maybe they have very good food. Never mind the cross-contamination. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt. What about the fact that they're serving alcohol? Why? Why do you think that prohibition is there? You will say, wallahi, I'm not going to drink alcohol. And so, a person, he will, over time, it becomes, the more he sees it and the more he smells it, he becomes, if he will never drink it, at least he will not hate it in his heart. Where the lowest degree of iman is required of such an individual to hate such immoral acts in his heart. That's istiqamah. You don't go here, you don't go there. When we are in salah, where do we put our eyes? Where do we direct our eyes? Yeah, do we go like this? What do you think of a person who's always looking like this? You know, the guy, he's not really mustaqim, upright in his prayer. He's thinking, or his mind is busy with something. And so having istiqamah to behave towards the orders of Allah and the prohibitions of Allah with respect. If a person does not pray salah, or let's say if a person, he drinks alcohol, but he feels bad and he really is regretful, and in his heart he feels it, this person, he is still a believer, inshallah. But a person who makes it halal, according to all of the scholars, this person, he's outside the fold of Islam. There was once a Sahabi who kept on drinking. Can you imagine that for 40 years, 30 years he's been drinking? To give it up, his iman was weak. And they kept on implementing the had, punishment upon him. And finally, the third time I think it was, they started cursing him. Shame on you. Don't you have any shame that we're beating you up and then you go and then we catch you again? By the way, he never used to drink in public. No, that's not what happened. He used to drink, and then when he would come out, they used to smell it from his breath or from his clothes. That's how they were able to determine whether he drank alcohol. And so they used to say, okay. Nowadays, when we were studying Islamic judiciary, how to be a judge, and so we would get all kinds of scenarios. So this is how they would teach us how to implement what we know from theory. So for example, if you find someone who drank alcohol, if someone whose breath smells like alcohol, should you implement the had on him? And we would say, yeah, of course. They say, what's the evidence? Because there's no two witnesses. Where you need two witnesses. Where are the two witnesses? Well, we used to say that there are circumstantial evidence that are in place, such as his breath. Such as a person, you see him come out of a room, his hand is all soaked in blood and he's carrying a knife, and then you look inside the room, there's a dead body. Did two people see him? So this is called circumstantial evidences. Qara'in. So we say, yeah, he said, okay. What if he says, I didn't drink alcohol, I was so thirsty, I picked up a bottle thinking it was water and I drank it. Can that happen? 100% it can happen. A person, he doesn't know, maybe someone, he put it in, one of those sparkling water, Pierre sparkling water, and put some in there, and then he drank alcohol. But the people who have the respect for the laws of Allah, you will never see them being in such a doubtful circumstance or situation. And so in this hadith, we could say so much about istiqamah, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He praised the people who have istiqamah in the Quran by saying, إِنَّ الَّذِينَ قَالُوا رَبُّنَ اللَّهِ. Those who used to say, our Lord is Allah. ثُمَّ اسْتَقَامُوا. And then they have istiqamah. تَتَنَزَّلُ عَلَيْهِمُ الْمَلَائِكَةُ. At the time of their death, you will see تَتَنَزَّلُ عَلَى وَزْنِ تَتَفَعَّلُ, which means by the millions and the billions. We have نَزَلَ, نَزَّلَ, أَنزَلَ, تَنَزَّلَ. Like تَنَزَّلُ الْمَلَائِكَةُ وَالرُّوحُ فِيهَا بِإِذْنِ رَبِّهِمْ مِنْ كُلِّ أَمْرٍ سَلَامٍ. That means on the night of Qadr, تَنَزَّلُ الْمَلَائِكَةُ. You will have trillions of malaika coming. So over here it says, تَتَنَزَّلُ عَلَيْهِمُ الْمَلَائِكَةُ. Upon him will be billions of angels. It doesn't really reflect it in the English translation, but that's where you need to know the Arabic language and the grammar of it in order for you to appreciate when you are reading this. تَتَنَزَّلُ عَلَيْهِ, meaning one angel will come, another angel. Like how rain is coming, that's how the angels are coming to him. What are they saying? أَلَّا تَخَافُوا وَلَا تَحْزَنُوا. Each angel is saying, don't fear, don't grieve. Meaning, don't fear where you are going, where we are taking you. Don't fear. Another one is saying, don't fear, don't grieve. Another one is saying, don't fear, don't grieve. Another one is saying, لا تخاف ولا تحزنوا. Another one is saying, لا تخاف ولا تحزنوا. Everyone is saying this. And then they're also saying, وَأَبْشِرُوا بِالْجَنَّةِ الَّتِي كُنْتُمْ تُوعَدُونَ, and have the glad tidings of Jannah that you were promised. So imagine, angel number 1 to angel number trillion, each one, don't fear, don't grieve, have the glad tidings of Jannah. Don't fear, don't grieve, have it. Because that moment, he's leaving this dunya, his family, what he worked for, he's leaving it behind, and he wants reassurance. Just a simple flight, you are going to Morocco, you're going to Malaysia, you're going to the UK, how much preparation you're making? You give notice to your employer, you're packing bags, even last minute, all of this, and you're still scared. And so imagine, this person, he's never going to come, and you are coming back maybe after a week or two. This person was never going to come back. Imagine his heart, how he feels. He says, لا تخافوا ولا تحزنوا وأبشروا بالجنة التي كنتم توعدون. Don't fear, don't grieve. Meaning, don't fear where we are taking you. Don't grieve for what you are leaving behind, because we are giving you the glad tidings of Jannah. نحن أولياؤكم في الحياة الدنيا. We used to be your friends. أولياء, wali. You know, like wali of Allah. We were your awliya, your friends, closest friends. في الحياة الدنيا. In this world. وفي الآخرة. And we will be your close friends on the day of judgment. Imagine they're your close friends in the grave. And they're your close friends in the grave. You think there's any punishment? Who's giving the punishment anyways? It's the angels, but they're your friends. نحن أولياؤكم في الحياة الدنيا وفي الآخرة ولكم فيها ما تشتهي أنفسكم ولكم فيها ما تدعون. You will have anything you want, anything you desire, and anything you ask for. All of this is for who? According to this verse and according to this hadith, is that you say, I believe in Allah, and you have istiqamah. One person is putting you this way and saying, brother, this is the right methodology, this is the right, you should join our, or clique or party, and another is everyone is putting you. No, you are from the party of Allah. Ala inna hizballahi humul muflihun. The party of Allah verily are those who are the successful, as Allah says in the Quran. You are a person, your motto is, I believe in Allah. I don't question what He says to me. I don't doubt what He says. If it is proven that He said it, I don't doubt it, even if it doesn't make sense. Even if it doesn't make sense. Right now, we are living in a time and age, brothers, we didn't have those kinds of doubts in our time. Maybe because of the internet. It's just spreading it. They're putting doubts. And doubts is a poison. Wallahi, it's a poison that even if you are cured from it, you can still feel the athar, the remnants of it in your veins. They would just say something, and then you will let it pass by you. A time will come when it just clicks, and then you don't know who you are worshipping and who you are making sajda to. In fact, many people in the past and now, they have been subjected, and they were some of the smartest people. Once a person, he came to Baghdad, a big scholar, I forgot his name. And he had 101 proof for the existence of Allah. Everyone is rushing to go to the masjid, the central masjid of Baghdad, to go, and this is more than 1100 years ago, 1000 years ago. Everyone is running. One old lady, she's going about her business, and she's seeing all this commotion, and people are so excited. He said, "Where are you guys going?" Old lady. He said, "Well, you don't know? There's one big scholar, he has 101 proof for the existence of Allah." He said, "Yabni," he said, "I believe in," he said, this person, he had 101 doubts about Allah. "I believe in Allah without any proof." Do you need proof? I believe in Allah without any proof. This person, he had 100 and Tawheed, brothers, is not about proving Allah. Learning Tawheed is not about, this is a big mistake. People, they are under the false impression, I'm going to learn Aqidah to prove to me, and so I can learn to prove to others the existence of Allah. No way. No way. Tawheed, to learn Aqidah and to learn about Tawheed is to fix your belief in Allah and your relationship with Him. That's it. فَمَنْ شَاءَ فَلْيُؤْمِنْ وَمَنْ شَاءَ فَلْيَكْفُرْ. Whoever wants to believe, Allah, He says this in Surah Al-Kahf, every time we're reciting, every week. Whoever wants to believe, let him believe. And whoever wants to disbelieve, let him disbelieve. So I humbly request all of you to attend the next week Aqidah class with istiqamah. Don't only attend, khalas, okay, I will attend. No, brothers, put it in your schedule. So that way, tomorrow, if you get a request from something, Thursdays from 6 to 7:30 p.m. is booked. Or whatever time it is. Do you understand? If it's from 8 to 9:30, if it's from 8 to 9:30, then you have to convince your wife, say, sorry, or your kids or whoever, sorry, this time is booked. And you will find, for me personally, Aqidah is my favorite subject. Every time I teach it, every time I personally read about it, every time I learn it, I learn something more and more, and my love for Allah increases. I see the consequences, the athar, the result in my action, in my sincerity. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us from amongst the muwahhideen, those who have true tawheed in Him. May Allah make us from amongst those who have ikhlas and have istiqamah in all of our good deeds. May Allah let us die upon iman and let us die upon the last words of La ilaha illallah as our last words. Subhanakallahumma bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.